everyone, it's Jennifer from Sparkle and Splatter. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this really easy 3D paper pumpkin. This uses just a few supplies and it just takes a few minutes to make. This is a great project for kids who are learning how to use scissors because it's just a few straight lines they'll need to cut. And then they can have fun decorating the pumpkin if they want to later. So let's get started. For this project, you'll need a pair of scissors, a single hole punch, and 2 brads per pumpkin that you'll be making. Now you can find these in packs at the craft store, usually where the scrapbooking things or the paper crafts are at. So 2 of those, and then you'll also need a sheet of orange construction paper or cardstock and a sheet of green construction paper or cardstock. So to begin, what we're going to do is take our paper. Now instead of measuring and creating lines and things, you can easily make 8 strips of paper simply by folding. So we're going to just fold this in half. This is going to save lots of time. We don't have to measure or anything like that. And then fold it in half again. And then fold it in half one more time. And make sure you get your creases nice and sharp because that's going to show us the guidelines of where to cut. And as a side note, this is a really great project for kids who are building their ability to cut with scissors. So this is a great project to practice because you're just cutting a series of straight lines. And obviously for older kids, this is an easy project as well. So when we open it up, we're going to have our creases, and that will show us where to cut our paper. So all we're going to do, and they don't have to be perfect, it'll still look great. So all we're going to do is just along each one of these creases that we created, we're just going to cut with our scissors. And again, they don't have to be perfect. If they're a little bit crooked, that's totally fine. Just cutting all of these, so we're going to have 8 strips of the orange paper. Okay, and folding this makes it super easy. Okay, so now we have our strips. And we're just going to need a little bit of green from this paper. So if you're doing this for a class project or a Halloween party, or even a few for a centerpiece, you're going to be able to get lots of stems from one sheet of paper. So we're just going to simply do what we did last time. We're going to fold the paper the same way, and that way we'll get the same width for our orange strips. Fold it in half again. Fold it in half one more time. Once again, you'll want to get your creases nice and sharp because that's going to make it easier to see when you're cutting this paper. So then you're just going to open it back up like this, and then just cut one of these strips for now. Now again, if you want to make lots of pumpkins, you can cut all of these strips and get lots of stems. And if you don't have green, brown works just as well for a pumpkin stem. Okay, so we can put this aside for now. Now we have a green strip, but it's still a little bit long for a stem. So we're going to go ahead and fold this in half. Fold this in half one more time. Again, get those folded edges nice and sharp. Open it back up, and then you're left with 4 sections. See how I'm going to tilt it so you can see those creases. Now just cut one of these off for our stem, and you can save these for more stems later. So then what we're going to do is we're going to stack our orange strips together, just like this, and put our stem down at one end, okay? Then you're going to take your hole punch and you're going to go through the stack with the hole punch. Now, if this is too thick, some hole punches can't go through this many pieces of paper. Just do half and then do half again, but just make sure the holes line up. So we're going to go ahead and punch our hole, just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and do the other side as well. You might need a little muscle. It's a little bit thick with all those pieces of paper, okay? So then we're going to attach it all together next. Okay, so for very young kids, this part might be a little bit tricky because these brads can sometimes be a little bit stiff when you bend them apart. So very young kids might need an adult helper for this part. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your brad and you're going to just put it through the holes. Now just make sure all the holes line up. and then just bend the tabs open, just like that, okay? Then go down to the other side, make sure, once again, the holes line up, and you're gonna put the brad in that side as well. Flip it over, and then bend the tabs so that everything is nice and secure. Now we're ready to form our pumpkin. So everything is assembled, we just need to form it. Now you might need to kind of bend it a little bit to help open it up, okay? So what we're gonna do is take our paper strips and just fan everything out. See, I'm just sliding everything over so that our pumpkin, and it might be a little bit snug because we have a lot of pieces of paper here, but that's what's gonna give our pumpkin this 3D effect. See how I'm just opening everything up? Okay, and so you'll want to just fiddle with it a little bit to get that pumpkin shape. And then once it looks the way you want it to look, then we're just going to take our stem and we're just going to fold it upward so that it sits up, just like that, okay? And that's it. Our pumpkin is complete, and it looks very, very cute, and it only took a few minutes to make. Now, if you have time in your classroom or at your Halloween party, you can have the kids cut out some black triangles or squares or smileys and make a face on the pumpkin. Or you can just take a black crayon or marker and draw some facial features on your pumpkin, or just leave it as is. And that is how you make a 3D paper pumpkin.